Hi everyone, Ken from Whittling Woods back again. Today we're going to do hopefully a quick little tutorial. Well, I don't know how quick it's going to be, but we'll see. We're going to try something kind of different here. This is a piece of a rhododendron branch. We were trimming one out front of our property here, and I found this branch, and we're going to see how it carves. I never did rhododendron before, so may be too hard, and we'll see. But anyway, we're going to give that a shot. What we're going to do here is a little tiki charm, so to speak. This particular piece is about let's see, about 4 inches, and I believe it's about 5/8, yeah, about 5/8 inch in diameter, give or take. It's a little irregular. It's got a bit of a pith in there, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem for us. We're going to probably whittle the piece in the first 3 inches or so. We'll leave maybe a little bit of the bark on the top. I'm going to try to do, this is a Tiki I did many years ago. It's a replica of one that I purchased in Hawaii, actually, and I did this with a number of gouges and what have you. If you've ever been to Hawaii and you've seen the street vendors do these, it's really cool. They actually hold this piece of, I think this is mahogany, but they use particularly koa wood, and they hold it between their feet, actually, and they use basically straight chisels, and they chisel the thing out. It's pretty amazing to watch. But anyway, I kind of mimicked the one I had purchased and created this a number of years ago. I kind of like doing the tikis. They're really fun to do. But we're going to make a smaller one. It's not going to be nearly as detailed as the piece I just showed you, but we're gonna something you can maybe put a couple holes in and wear it as a keychain or a charm or whatever you want to or ornament or whatever the case may be. They're fun little carvings to do, and they're great beginner projects. But we're going to try rhododendron. See what that's like. I'll be right back. Okay, what I'm going to do is remove some of the bark here. Like I said, I'll probably leave a little bit on the top just as a decorative type of thing, so maybe about here or so. The rest we're just going to remove. And I've done a couple videos recently. I'm sort of in that mode right now, whittling with a pocket knife in found wood. But it's always fun to do, and I think these are great little projects. But anyway, I'm just going to do like I'm doing here, just remove all this wood, or excuse me, all this bark, and when I'm done that, I'll be right back. Okay, removed all the bark here. I switched to a slightly smaller blade on the pocket knife. We're going to start, you can see how the piece is shaped, a bit of a curve. Like I said, we're going to do the first 3 inches or so right about there. So it'll be pretty straight. I'm going to probably put I'll start with defining where the bottom of the nose is going to be. And we'll say right here. I have no idea how this wood is going to hold up once it dries, but we'll see. But it's a kind of a fun thing. You don't know, like this is pretty green, and I stored in some like a bucket of water just to keep it from drying out too fast. So that's we'll see. It might not hold up at all, but it's worth checking out. What I'll probably do is down the road, after this has had a chance to dry out, I'll show you what it looks like. But there you go. A bit of the bottom of the nose, and maybe what we'll do here is start shaping where the mouth is going to be. So I'll put a kind of a cut in here. I like to make the mouth pretty broad. So again, these are very abstracted figures, so we're not carving human figures here, so keep that in mind. These are tikis, they're abstract, so. Kind of like wrapping it around a bit. Maybe a slight grin upwards on each side. And then we'll put the bottom of the mouth, let's say right about here. So I'm going to basically start cutting that out. We'll leave some wood in there for where the teeth are going to be. So there you go, kind of like that here. So it's pretty simple to do. Maybe angle the bottom down just a bit as well. Kind of like so, if you can see how that is. All right, I'm going to define probably where the top of the nose is going to be, say right about there. These are no hard and fast measurements. Just kind of going with it. What I'm trying to show here is that you can, when you're whittling, you can just take a piece of scrap wood, a piece of found wood, a branch that you cut off somewhere, and just give it a shot. It's kind of a fun thing to do, other than, as opposed to your typical basswood type carving. These are just a little different, little experimental, so to speak. So there you go, sort of defining the top of where the nose will be. And then we're just going to kind of cut down here at an angle. Something like that. And then same thing on the other side. I'm going to basically cut in here and then remove the wood. There you go, something along that line there. Not too complicated. For the eyes, we're going to start bringing this down over here and kind of so again, it's kind of finishing the nose and forming the area where the eye is going to be. So same thing, just kind of bring this down here and just remove that wood. Most whittling is just a bunch of stop cuts. You make stop cuts and you cut to it. So there you go. Kind of like that. Pretty straightforward. I think anybody could tackle this. And then I kind of cut back a little bit, forming the area where the eye is going to be, if you can see how that went. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So there we go. Our little Tiki's coming along here. Okay, let's work on the area underneath the mouth. What I like to do is kind of take the bottom lip and angle it in. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to make a stop cut right about here. And then just start angling the wood in a bit. Form sort of the lower lip and belly arm area, I guess. Kind of like that. See how that is? And then we'll angle this one up a little bit. Just finish trimming the lip up a bit. Kind of like so. And then what we'll do here is kind of form where the Tiki's feet will be. So we'll come underneath this this kind of lip area here, I guess you want to call it, or I guess lip belly area. And we'll form another stop cut. You can see these are pretty straightforward to do. I mean, this is an elaborate. We're not cutting in. We're not putting a lot of extra detail and all the decorative marks that you typically find in a traditionally carved tiki. And like I said, look them up online unless you've actually, like I said, been somewhere where they're carving it. It's really incredible to watch. Okay, see how we kind of form that in there? So you got the nose here, the mouth there, kind of the lip, the belly, and then we're going to do an area where the feet are going to be. And it's going to end, the bottom's going to be right about here or so. So I'm going to just kind of put a cut in here so I know where maybe just cut up to it so I kind of know where my bottom's going to be. Something like along that line. So kind of like that, just to define the bottom that I'll cut off when I'm done here. All right. So for the feet, I think we're just going to find the. Let's see here. Let's shape this a little bit more here. Got a bit of a curve to them, and then bring this around a bit. I'm just trying to keep some level of symmetry in here. Maybe a little bit more. All right, and then say right about here. I think if we come down, we're going to go right about here for where the feet separation are going to be. A little stop cut in there, and then we'll kind of cut that out a little bit. Take a little notch of wood out. Kind of like so. And again, like I said, these are very abstracted figures, so if you're not into abstract looking figures, then Tiki's probably not going to interest you too much, because that's really, I'm not going to talk about the symbology, I guess, that's around some of the Tiki designs. I'm not an expert, so, but I'm sure they're representation of a lot of different things. But anyway, kind of there you go. This is pretty straightforward, right? And then for the teeth, what I like to do is just make a bunch of silly stop cuts and form the teeth. You can let me actually hone up my knife just a little bit because the wood's kind of wet. I want to make sure it's dry. Let me just do that and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are so far. I just kind of went around the bottom here and marked out where I'm gonna cut with the knife. You could cut it to length before you do it. After I had cut the piece earlier and I Wasn't sure how long I was going to make it, but turns out that that's all I'm really going to do. So anyway, let's work on the teeth here a little bit. I'm going to do a separating line here for the teeth. I'm just going to go right down the middle here. Kind of roll my knife around, form the area for the bottom and lower teeth, and then just carefully, cut up to it. We'll make the lower teeth slightly recessed behind the upper teeth, I guess. I'm not going to worry about defining the outside of the mouth. We're just going to let it kind of just taper right off on the edge over here. A lot of times I do that with these smaller kind of tikis rather than defining the lip, or whatever you want to call the sides of the mouth. I think this works fine, and it looks okay too. So kind of like that. So you have some area to work with over there. And then really for the teeth, we're basically just gonna put a line, put little lines in there and cut them out. So I'm just gonna put a line, a little stop cut, and then kind of remove wood on either side of that stop cut. Kind of like so, if you can see that. And then I'm gonna just keep doing that. You kind of see how that is. And then maybe we'll bring this around just a little bit more so we can fit 4 teeth in there. And then we'll put another one right about there, I think. I think you get the general idea. I'm just going to kind of work my way around and do that. And what I like to do just on the bottom here is just take a little bit of a notch out as well. Kind of like that, go around on each of the ones that you did, if you can see how I'm doing it here. And just kind of take a little bit of a notch out just to separate the bottom part of the teeth a little bit more. So kind of like so. If you can see how that's done. All right, and then we're going to put a couple cuts over here, and then we're going to do the bottom. So I won't bore you with those details exactly what I just did. So it's you can see how that's done. It's pretty straightforward. So let me finish up that, and I will be right back. Okay, and then just the last one here. You see, I went around and I just cut the bottom and the top out. This is the last one on the bottom here. We're just going to come in here and do the same thing we've been doing. Put our knife in the wood like so, and then just come back, kind of like if you had a V tool. And I guess if you have V tools, you can use those too. But we're whittling with a pocket knife today. So there you go. And then just come back and around. A lot of times I find with wood that's kind of on the wet side, like I said, I just cut this not even a week ago, and it's still pretty wet, and I stored in water, so the wood itself is pretty wet. What I kind of like to do is let it dry a little bit, and then go back and do some cleanup, because sometimes you can just keep cutting and cutting, and when the wood's wet, it's going to be a bit stringy, and it's going to require some cleanup. So sometimes it's good to wait until the wood is a little bit more dry to do that. So as you can see in here, there's you know, there's a little stringiness and stuff like that, and little fray pieces. And if you keep trying to go at it, you know, it's going to be difficult, a little more difficult to clean up. But just get the general in there. So they got some crazy mouth like that. And I think we're going to cut these eyes in a little bit more, like so, on each side. There's really no, I mean, I guess there's designs you can follow, or you can follow what I'm doing, but you know, I just kind of wing it a lot when I'm doing these. I know I say that a lot on these type of videos, but it's the truth. You know, I kind of go with whatever looks like it looks right to me, and then, you know, refine it as I go. If I don't like the way something came out, if I can change it, I do. So, like so. So we got the teeth. We got the beginning of the eye. I think we'll make maybe a kind of the top of the eye sort of come in. I think what we're going to do is split the wood, or just put a little notch in here right above the nose, and something like that. And maybe a little neater than I just did, but because we're going to try to form like a bit of an arch around the eye. So I'm going to kind of come in here and cut back a little bit. Kind of like so. And then I guess same thing on this side. Kind of crazy like that, little crazy eyes. And then what we're going to do here, let me just clean this up just a bit more. We're going to, I guess, put some kind of decoration in here, so to speak. I'm going to take this down just a bit. And then maybe we'll do this. Cut it into this bark area, form a little decoration. I guess they have some type of head decoration in a lot of the tikis that I've seen, and some of it's pretty elaborate. So. We're just making it kind of fun. This is where you just start adding like decoration to it, so to speak. I think what I'm going to do here is put some notches in. And if you're doing this, feel free to do it any way you want. I'm just doing it this way because it's what I kind of like. I don't know. Something like so. And then maybe an angled one in here. Just get creative. Something like that. And then I think on the top we'll do some more notches. Like that. Maybe one over here. Like so. And then one over here. Kind of like so. That's looking pretty cool, a little different. Let's see, what else can we do? I think I'm going to cut this in a little bit here. You could see, it's just no plan, just we're going to start whittling and see what looks good. And then you probably go back and have to modify it to some extent too if you don't like what you did, which is okay too. And I think the size is going to have to be a little bit different. That looks a little more uniform with the other eye. On the bottom over here, we're going to put little slits like this, angled. See that? And same thing on the other side. I'll be very curious to see what color, how this dries. I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit obviously darker once all the moisture is out of it. Typically, a lot of times what you'll find in these tiki structures, or excuse me, tiki figures, is they have some decoration over here, which is, I guess, chest, belly area. And we're just going to keep it, I think, sort of simple in here. I think first what I want to do is create little notches in the lip as well. Something along that line. One there and then one over here. Right, and up there. sort of like that. All right. All right. So for here, we're going to probably just try to think of something that's relatively simple to do. And I think what we'll do is we'll start with a little cut in here, and then we'll take out a notch. Like so. And then maybe another one over here. Do the same thing. And then one more over on this side. And I think what I'm going to have to do is fix this, get this a little bit more symmetrical over here. Okay. There, we had a little decoration in there, and I think, let's see, I'm going to cut back the nose just a little bit over here, over there, and straight back over here. Like so. And then I'm going to put a notch over here. Like that. And one on this side as well. Okay. I think we made some headway here. For the eyes, I think we're going to go like this, just a little notch. I'm going to go straight into the wood, like that, and I'm going to take a little piece out. Kind of like so, if you can see that. I just put my knife in, and then I kind of went back, little curve to it, and kind of took it out, like so. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Put your knife in, and then just take a little notch of wood out. So you got sort of the indication of some kind of eye, I guess. I don't know. Something crazy like that. There you go. So we got some crazy eyes in there too. Crazy headgear, crazy mouth, lip. Now, what I would recommend you do, if you stood with me this far, is just go back and kind of clean up a little bit. Like I said, I don't know how much you're going to be able to clean up. You know, maybe add a few more details if you choose to. You don't have to, but you can kind of start adding, like maybe go around and put notches all the way around the whole top, make it look kind of like a crown. So just, you know, I guess would be the best approximation, something like that, and maybe in here, whatever you want to do. Like I said, no rules, just do it until you get something that you like. So kind of like that over there, we kind of incorporated the bark in there, which is kind of cool. And then you know, you can find other areas that you might want to also add some little detail to. Like it might be good to add little notches over here as well, above the eyes. One there, and then maybe one like here. Maybe even one in the middle. Now, once you get it to the point that you kind of feel it's sufficient, if the wood's green like this, if you're not using green wood, then you probably don't need to do this. You know, give it some time to dry a little bit, and then go back and start cleaning it up, because you're going to have a little bit of cleanup work to do. So we're kind of along those lines over here. That's really all there is to it. It's they're pretty straightforward to do, and you know, kind of fun. Just no plan. And we made a little crazy looking tiki here. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to cut the base off, just clean up what I can, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are with the final figure. And like I said, you know, let it dry a little bit and then go back and maybe, you know, do some cleaning up. But pretty much it. The only change I made off camera is I actually raised the lip a little bit, made the teeth, the top teeth, just a little bit longer, and shaped them out a little bit more. But that's about it. You know, pretty much just a bunch of notches and kind of crazy cuts. There's a side angle. The back is, you know, you really don't do too much with the back. Other side. That's pretty much about it. It's a crazy little piece. But what you could do is drill a hole through the top and then string it up and use it as a, like I said, as an ornament. You know, you can probably keychain, whatever you want. They're kind of just fun. They're easy to do. They're simple. They're, you know, you can play around with them, and or just leave them around when you're hiking. You know, leave it on the trail. Let somebody find it. It's kind of crazy. So that's about it. So hope you enjoyed that one, and enjoy your carving week. Talk to you soon. Take care.